Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Let's get started. Alright, so DIY number 1. First, I want to tell you about where I'm getting these decor. So a friend of mine, she's actually a family member of mine, who is just been cleaning out in her home and doing some changes. She's been finding all these like older home decor that she has no use for. She contacts me and she asks me, hey, do you want them? And I always say yes, because I can always do something with them. So these 4 items that I am going to be redoing, repurposing are the ones that she gave me. So this first one here is a beautiful happily ever after one that she had. It was beautiful as is, but I wanted to give it a Christmas farmhouse look. So I painted it white, gave it 2 coats of Rust-Oleum chalk paint in the linen white. And now I'm going to take this $3 Target dollar spot wreath. I just recently found them and it is beautiful. I wish I would have gotten more. I got 2 of them, but I wish I would have gotten more because they're stunning. I'm going to hot glue it in place to the right side of the sign. I am now going to take this Santa sled ornament from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to take the Santa off of it and I'm going to hot glue it right to the center of the wreath.
It's cold outside, but the fire keeps us warm. We can spend the night underneath the mistletoe. And I've gotten you a present that I put under the tree. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for you and me.
I am going to recycle the little ribbon ribbon, I guess, that the wreath had originally. And I'm going to make a very simple bow. And I'm going to hot glue it to the top of the wreath. Now, I'm still not sure about how this little bow looks here because it almost looks like Santa has this bow on his head. I left it on, but tell me in the comments what you think. Should I move it or maybe put it on the bottom? I don't know. I just thought it looked kind of silly, but I left it on because I wasn't sure quite yet.
The snow is falling down and the storm is on its way, but as long as you're around.
Using my Cricut, I cut out the phrase, Santa, please stop here, and I am going to transfer it right onto the other side of the wreath.
Everything will be okay, 'cause all I wanna do is spend this holiday with you. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for me and you. I've longed for this moment to have you for myself in a cabin out in nowhere, just us and no one.
To finish it off, I'm going to add a piece of rope. This rope particularly here is from Amazon, but you can certainly use Dollar Tree nautical ropes. They work really well, and I have plenty of them, but I just had this one available. I'm just going to attach it to the back using staples, and we'll be done, guys. I honestly don't know which one is my favorite out of all these, and I know I say that all the time, but this one's high up there on the list because it is stunning. I just love the way it turned out.
I've decorated everything till we're perfect for this week. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for you and me. Another year went by, but the difference this time is that ever since July.
Okay, so I want to remind you about my Beauty on Purpose at Home channel. It's very new. I post about twice a month, inspiration within my home, vlogs, shop with me, thrift with me kind of videos. So if you want to connect with me there as well, I'd love to connect with you there as well. Check it out. It's in the description box. All right, DIY number 2, I'm going to take this round piece of wood. Again, this is something that my friend gave me, and I mean, seriously, right? I mean, it's gorgeous. You can find this at the hardware store, but you could tell it had a couple of scratches. I did not mind. I just think things like that have more character. I gave it 2 coats of Rust-Oleum chalk paint in the linen white, and then again using my Cricut and a design, the little reindeer there I bought from Cricut Design Space. I cut out this sign that says North Pole Reindeer Farm. I thought it'd be super cute to do something with reindeer. I'm going to transfer it to the center, but a little bit higher up. All right, now it's time to start working on an arrangement for underneath the reindeer. I'm going to take these garland ties from the Dollar Tree. I believe I got 5.5. The other half I'm using to tie in the end, or in the center. And then I'm just kind of to start just kind of forming them and placing them where I want. And then I'm going to hot glue it to the middle bottom portion right underneath the reindeer. After I start hot gluing, I'm just going to start adding different just things. I'm going to add a ribbon, a double loop ribbon using ribbon from Dollar General. This is just a beautiful, very farmhouse striped kind of ribbon. I'm going to double loop it and then just make a simple bow, hot glue it to the center of the arrangement. I'm going to take this pick from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to use the pine cones that are on it. They have like a frosted look to them. Really cute. I'm just going to put one on each side. I'm going to add, these are frosted berries from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to add a couple picks to each side of it as well, just hot gluing it to the center. And we're all done with this one, guys. I added a claw hook to the back so it can be hung. And I just love this one too. Actually, this is my husband's favorite. Guys, I also want to tell you that I am on Instagram as well. If you have an Instagram account, I'd love to connect with you there. Check it out. It's in the description box below. I'm always posting behind the scenes look and little like teasers of clips of videos that are coming up. All right, guys, so for my third DIY, I'm going to take this snowman. It's cute as it is, but I want to give it a whole new look and a whole new life. I'm going to remove everything from the top. I mean, everything.
Hold up, I am on my way. I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing.
I used my electric sander to kind of smooth out it. Some areas had like a little bit of glue here and there. I just wanted to smooth it out as much as possible. But as you can tell, this piece of wood or this sign had a lot of texture. I mean, it's probably one of the most texture I've ever seen in a sign. It almost reminds me of tree bark. So I am going to give everything 2 coats of Rust-Oleum chalk paint in the Farmhouse red. It looks pretty bright red, but it does darken up a little bit when it dries. After the 2 coats were on, I wanted to add like a Christmas tree farm kind of sign. Now, normally I go with the black and white, and I wanted to do something different for this one. So I painted it red, and then I'm going to use the stencil that I created with my Cricut, and I am going to dry brush. When I mean dry brush, I mean like very little amount of paint, the letters on it using white chalk paint. Now, I am super concerned here because again, there's so much texture on this piece of wood that I was afraid there's going to be a lot of bleed through. So I'm really trying my best to really, really get that stencil really stuck in there to avoid any gaps and then the paint getting through.
Yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart.
As I started removing it, I realized how awesome it looks. So I was so happy. There was no bleed through, and I think the key was to make sure that the stencil was as stuck to the frame as possible, and then just dry brushing, very little amount of paint on the brush. So I am going to start adding some trees. I got these ornaments at the Dollar Tree and they're just beautiful. They look like, evergreens filled with tons of snow. I thought it would be very appropriate to hot glue them to each side of the sign. I'm going to clip a few of them, make them different sizes. So there's a little bit of like a size differential between each tree. I hot glued them, but I'm going to be very honest here. They did fall off. So I ended up having to take them or taking the glue off, yes, and then gluing them with E6000.
But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You ready? Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. And
To finish it off, I'm going to drill a couple holes on each side and then add more of that rope from earlier, knot it in the front, and this one will be done, guys. This is completely different of things that I make. I love the red. I love the very traditional red and white Christmas look to it, but it yet has that farmhouse kind of like distress look to it that I love. And talk about texture. Whew, this sign has tons of it.
I can promise Santa's coming to visit. No, he wouldn't miss this in Christmas times. Oh, and the sunset, it is just getting better on a blanket with the skyline painted in blue. Ooh, yeah, that's what we do. We'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family.
All right, guys, so our final DIY, I am going to take this tin American flag sign. I think it's super cute as it is, but once again, I just want to do something different and give it new purpose. So I'm going to remove the back hanging portion of the sign, and I'm also going to remove the stars. These are a little harder to remove, and they did leave a little bit of like a little piece sticking out, and I tried sanding it with the electric sander, but it didn't it didn't remove because it is metal. So even though I tried and it maybe smoothed it out a very tiny bit, not much. So I just ended up leaving it as is. I gave it 2 coats of Rust-Oleum chalk paint, linen white, and then let it fully dry.
Let's go outside. The snow is falling down, and every child is having so much fun. The snowman is twice the size as me, with a smile as quirky as mine. We're holding hands.
All right, once again, using my Cricut, I cut out the word joy. These are very thick words, or not words, letters. I wanted to have them be very thick because the key to this one here is I want to start placing the letters inch by inch, starting on one end. So that way I can fold them within each crease of the sign, and it just looks like it just belongs on this sign.
Keep each other warm while we stand and watch a choir performing all the Christmas songs that we love. Yeah, all the Christmas songs that we love. And in a while we're gonna go inside and drink our chocolate by the fire. 'Cause all I want is to spend this day with you. Let me give you a Christmas, a moment we'll fill with love and joy. So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. I don't need any presents, as long as I spend this day with you.
For the O, I started in the center and worked my way out because I wanted to make sure that each space in between each letter, it's about, or as close as possible to about the same.
So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. Ooh. I'm making plans for what we're gonna do. I feel so blessed that I can be with you. 'Cause God knows that I've been longing for you. I just wanna hold you close. You know the stars are shining just for you. Let's take a walk and we can follow the moonlight till we reach a place we can stay. Maybe kiss a bit and dream away. And in a while we're gonna go inside and drink our chocolate by the fire. 'Cause all I want is to spend this day with you.
All right, so now I'm going to take this scarf from the Dollar Tree and I'm going to fold it until I have a size that fits the width of the sign. After I cut it, I folded it in half and then cut out a V shape to give it that Santa hat look.
Give you a Christmas moment we'll fill with love and joy. So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. I don't need any presents as long as I spend this day with you. So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. Ooh, and in a while we're gonna go inside and
I then closed up the seams using hot glue. It does not require much glue, just a little bit goes a long way.
chocolate by the fire. 'Cause all I want is to spend this day with you. Let me give you a Christmas.
I am now going to take this Dollar Tree dusting mop. Actually, this is a piece of it. Have you seen me using them? If you've seen my recent videos, I use these quite a bit. They're lovely for Christmas decorations. I had a piece left over, so I cut 2 pieces to match, and I'm going to hot glue them to the bottom of the hat, and that'll be the nice little fuzzy area on the bottom of the hat.
Moment we'll fill with love and joy. Love and so beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you, with you. I don't need any presents as long as I spend this day with you.
I added hot glue to each side and just kind of pressed down on the sides of the fuzzy area. That way it just closed them up. I'm going to take a smaller little leftover piece. I'm just going to hot glue it to the top, and that's going to be the little fuzzy ball at the end of the hat.
Last year I thought about how things can come around just like that if everyone is here to celebrate one day. We have our ups and downs, but when there's love there's always a way. And oh, this time of year we come together to celebrate. Yes, every time the snow is falling.
Now I'm going to place the hat on top of the sign, just being very careful that my seams don't open up because it is a metal piece. Once I have it where I want it, I'm going to hot glue it in place.
And it is cold outside. We gather around the fireplace, and no one cares about yesterday. My favorite holiday. It means so much more than words can say. And I claim that Christmas is a magic day. Sometimes I tend to forget.
I then folded the top towards the bottom and hot glued it in place.
Glory this holiday represents, but it's fair to say that Christmas is a magic day.
And now it's time to add some little embellishments. These pine tree or evergreen picks, I should say, are from Amazon. I got them recently for my Christmas season here. I do have them in my Amazon store, which is linked down below. I do have a lot of my favorite supplies from Amazon in that store, so if you want to check it out. I then added some additional Dollar Tree decor, like a little ball and the little frosted berries once again, and a little pine cone. And that's it, guys. I mean, this one turned out so cute. What a difference. I mean, I just, it was already nice as it was with the flag, but I just wanted to give it a Christmas look, and I think it turned out so stinking cute. All right, guys, this is it for today. I'd love to hear which one is your favorite. I always ask that at the end of my videos because I always want to know, what do you guys like? Which ones is your favorite? So let me know in the comments down below. If you're visiting for the first time, I hope you enjoy this video. I hope it inspires you, and I hope you consider subscribing to our channel and becoming part of our family. And if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back and spending time with me again. And guys, have a blessed day. I'm going to have a playlist here with a ton of Christmas decoration inspiration, so check it out. Bye.